must we export raw materials. I promise that with great certainty, if we do not waver, we shall win, our people will benefit, our nations will be transformed, and our continent will prosper. The story does not end there. The turtle did some thinking this time. He knew that there is no way he can beat the rabbit in the race the way it's currently formatted. So this time, he decided to challenge the rabbit to another race. The rabbit, overly confident, said, "Not in any world shall the turtle defeat me." But this time, the turtle used a slightly different route. The rabbit agreed, and they started off the race. In keeping with his self-made commitment to be fast, the rabbit ran, he took off, ran at top speed until he came to a riverbank. So when he reached the riverbank, the rabbit sat there thinking what to do. The rabbit cannot swim. So while in the meantime, the turtle came, trundling slowly, reached the riverbank, swam across, walked slowly, and reached the finishing line. The moral of this story is, first identify your core competence and then change the playing field to suit your core competence. Your Excellency, we know, thank you. Your Excellency, we know currently there are many things and forces that are skewed against Africa. But we must identify our comparative and competitive advantages so that we can change the playing field to suit us. We can't afford to continue doing the same things and expect to maximize the benefit from our minerals. We must prioritize mining as a catalyst and accelerate growth. We must, however, invest good money in the mining sector to unlock its immense potential for spurring the growth of our countries. Your Excellency, remember the Bible in Galatians 6 verses 7 to 8 says, "You reap what you sow." So we cannot expect to reap much from the mining sector, no matter its great potential, if we are not investing it. Your Excellency, my story is about to end. The turtle and the rabbit by this time had become pretty good friends, and they did some thinking together. Both realized that the last race could have been run better, but they therefore decided they should run this time as a team. They started off, and this time the rabbit carried the turtle on its back and ran till the riverbank. The turtle carried the rabbit over to across, and when they crossed the other side, the rabbit carried the turtle. Like the turtle and the rabbit, Malawi and Africa are stronger, more respected, and an unbreakable force when we unite, work together, and push for a common agenda. Your Excellency, Africa urgently needs to foster collaboration among countries to greatly benefit from its vast, unexplored, and largely untapped mineral wealth, especially as we saw the significant critical minerals reserves and rare earth elements which are essential to the energy transition, as well as in combating the climate change crisis. Malawi and Africa must therefore play a critical role in shaping the global energy transition. Your Excellency, it is in this regard that the ministers that I introduced, together with their colleagues who are not here, on the sidelines of the Future Minerals Forum in Saudi Arabia, on the 9th of January, established the Africa Mineral Strategy Group with the key purpose of facilitating this cooperation among African countries but also work closely with interested nations and stakeholders to contribute to the development of our mining sectors. I am pleased, Your Excellency, to announce that under the leadership of Honorable Monica, while we were in Saudi Arabia, we had engagements with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to become a strategic partner, and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has confirmed that their recently launched $15 billion fund called Manara Minerals will be investing some of that $15 billion in Africa. The focus is on 4 key products: iron ore, lithium, nickel, and copper. I believe, Your Excellency, Malawi has in abundance, and therefore we should strive to ensure that some of this money comes to our beautiful country. Your Excellency, the founding members are now in the process of ratifying the charter, and I am happy to note that during this forum, Malawi will be signing its charter and ratifying. A big round of applause for the Republic of Malawi. I thank Your Excellency for the support and commitment towards this Legacy Pan-African initiative. Please keep your door open for us, and we thank you for that. Your Excellency and distinguished delegates, allow me to say something little about the theme of this inaugural Malawi Mining Investment Forum, which all of us have interacted, transforming the nation through sustainable mineral extraction. Your Excellency, transforming a nation is a journey, not a destination. It is a marathon and not a sprint. Like the story of the turtle and the rabbit, sometimes it requires to go slow but steady, while building on the foundations by our forefathers. Other times, it requires us to be fast and reliable by setting the right priorities and faithfully executing them using minimal resources against competing priorities. At times, Your Excellency, it requires us to change strategy to overcome our disadvantages and maximize our unique opportunities. While all the time, it requires us to work together as a team and pull in a singular direction. I would therefore like to commend the government of the Republic of Malawi and great foresighted leadership of Your Excellency for the ATM strategy. Your Excellency, the first time I came and I had ATM, I thought I was being taken to an ATM machine to get money. So the ATM strategy, Your Excellency, is a game changer. Mining especially, which is the M, holds a great promise for unlocking Malawi's vast potential for achieving job creation, wealth creation, and food security. Your Excellency, Africa has not had a good record in the past of benefiting from our minerals, largely because we export them as raw materials. Our mining industry is also built on pit to port model, where they carry the mineral ores to be processed elsewhere. Allow me, Your Excellency, share some proposals on what Malawi and Africa should do if we are to benefit from our God-given minerals. 1, it's very important that we invest in knowing how much and where are the minerals that we have. We must stop flying blind and relying on other people, Your Excellency. 2, we must be steadfast and insist on local beneficiation of our minerals. There is no way we can continue exporting our jobs, and Your Excellency, we should have the courage to tell our partners it's either our way or the highway. Some will go, others will come. 3, we must foster collaboration and resource sharing among African countries to collectively address the challenges and opportunities associated with our minerals. Excellency, in the Gospel of Mark, chapter 3:25, Jesus tells us, "And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand." Africa cannot afford to be divided, not now, not ever. We must embrace technology, facilitate technology transfer, promote research and development, and support capacity building. Your Excellency, as I conclude, Africa, Malawi, and all the countries which are mineral rich must leverage the proven minerals reserves as equity in joint ventures. The time has come where we need to stop getting loans, but leverage and use our minerals as equity in these projects. When a mining company comes, our minerals on the ground is money. So we should be able to use that as a stake. I am happy, Your Excellency, that most of our laws, including for Malawi, are now very stringent on how to handle this. To achieve the above proposals, Your Excellency, requires a mindset change and a mental cultural shift. The Africa Mineral Strategy Group offers its unwavering commitment to the Republic of Malawi. We look forward to the second Malawi Mining Investment Forum in 2025. And Your Excellency, I received this morning some greetings from the President of the Republic of Nigeria, who sends greetings to you and the congregation through the Minister of Solid Minerals. And he gave me a 2-page speech to read for you, Your Excellency. And when I'm reading, I will not be looking up. I will just be doing my duty. So all protocols observed, I wish to convey the best wishes of our Africa Mineral Strategy Group, the progressive and cohesive group of ministers of mining of countries on the African continent, to the good people of the Republic of Malawi on this epochal event. Permit me to extend the salutation of my principal, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and to the President and the people of Malawi on this auspicious occasion. The Africa Minerals Strategy Group is a child of necessity, born in the course of the struggles of the people of Africa to snatch development from the jaws of exploitation, born to reclaim respect and human dignity from the underdevelopment that mineral exploitation is inflicting on the human and environmental geography of our continent. The invitation of the Malawi government to the Africa Mineral Strategy Group to deliver this keynote is significant because it demonstrates recognition of what we stand for and support for the vision that we protect, promote, and propagate, the deliberate, conscious organization of our fiscal and economic systems to domesticate the value chain of the mining sector, from exploration to processing within our national and continental borders. Such a declaration is certain to ruffle feathers among corporates and countries which have had the field to themselves in determining how to conduct the exploitation of our minerals. Indeed, many might raise false alarms on alleged deleterious effects of regulation as what led African countries into the economic crisis of the 80s. The distinction and the difference in the new agenda is that, whereas the public sector was the driving force of the 70s and the 80s, African countries are now fully reconciled to the pivotal and dynamic role of the private sector in what historians depict as the scramble for Africa. Between 1884 and 1900, much of Africa was partitioned among these colonial powers, which proceeded to disrupt existing domestic, political, economic, and cultural legacies and leave irreparable impact on our lives. Efforts of African leaders, such as John Chilembwe of Nyasaland, to resist were neutralized with the introduction of more sophisticated weaponry and brutal massacre of communities. In Nigeria, we still remember the 1897 invasion of the Benin Empire. Today, we live in a freer and more interdependent world. The United Nations recognizes the territorial integrity of our states and discourages belligerence. Our capacity to protect our political, economic, and cultural jurisdictions relies on the global consensus of equality of states. The current world order gives African countries greater freedom to shape their industrial destiny. It is Africa's divine luck that the more they take and cut away, the more nature provides for the sustenance of our people. New discoveries of minerals hit the airwaves every day. The world is searching for rare earth minerals and other energy minerals that will power the technologies and transform lifestyles, brings every non-African to Africa. This is our chance to maximize the traffic of the current scramble for Africa's minerals. At our inaugural conference in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, the Africa Mineral Strategy Group resolved to implement the policy of value addition by putting in place measures to discourage the export of raw and processed materials in the countries of all signatories. With this counter strategy to the theory of unequal exchange, we are convinced that encouraging exporters of raw materials to embrace processing will provide millions of jobs to Africa's unemployed youth, increase capital formation in the industry, and boost the contribution of the mining sector to gross domestic product. In Nigeria, we've taken the bull by the horns by making the submission of plans for post-extraction processing, a new criterion for the approval of mining licenses. We are putting together complementary measures to evaluate the compliance of existing mining companies with our policy on value addition. At no other time has the need for collaboration become more imperative to our collective survival. African countries must speak with one voice and insist on value addition. It is our belief that investors that truly mean well for Africa will see the immense opportunities in value addition and get on board. Today's occasion is also significant because it marks the formal signing of the Charter of the Africa Mineral Strategy Group by the government of the Republic of Malawi. Let me use this opportunity to congratulate the President and the people of Malawi for taking this progressive step in the march towards greater industrialization and stronger economy. Together we can win the battle to create wealth for our people and ensure the welfare of each citizen. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Dr. Adele Alake, Minister of Solid Minerals Development. God bless all of you here. God bless Malawi, and God bless Africa. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That was a statement coming from Mr. Moses Ngado, who is the Secretary General of African Mineral Strategy Group, emphasizing on the need for consistency to demand on value addition. And the primary value addition should be done here as Malawi, as a continent, and also the need for more
ndipo zinthu zosangalatsa inu mukumbukira kuti a president adayika maundu atatu kuti akhale patsogolo kuti amenewa ndi amene athamange kwambiri kubweretsa forex mdziko muno ndipo unduna amene tikugwira nawo ntchito lero umene takumana lero uli mgulu maundu atatu amenewo.
Kodi maundu ake ni wati
maundu amachidule mangu ti ATM, agriculture, tourism and mining.
nakumbuka tsiku limene ankapanga lonchi ATM imeneyi oye chifukwa adachite mapavilions adali panja sadayike pano ndi anawayika in order inayamba agriculture kenako dzabwera tourism kenako dzabwera mining kuti tiyendere limodzi tidamba kwa agriculture ndi amatifotokozera kunduna kwa zamalimidwe a president pano takoza ntedza umene umakhala wa mafuta ochepa
zonse osiyana tili muno
chabwino
mapolisi emeka ngati aboma ali muno
chabwino
asukuluzo kachenjede ali muno ma investors akunja ndi akuno komwe tili muno anzathu akafukufuku tili muno
onse amene amakhudzana ndi nkhani zokhudzana ndi mining tere tili muno kuti tikambirani kuti tingachite bwanji kuti titukule nkhani za mgodi mdziko muno za migodi
chifukwa tisanamachi ndime kuno kwathu ku Malawi nkhani zokhudza migodi timazionera pansi chifukwa chaka president anena kuti iyayi undu nomene wa mining ukhale nawo patsogolo chifukwa tikati migodi kapena miyala mtengo wapatali ndiyofunikira kwambiri ndimene angabweretse chuma sangasanga mdziko muno
mpungu akumunena zoona chifukwa tikamanena za mwala olo nkhani anzathu achipembedzo mwala amaulemekeza koopsa chifukwa ndi umene udalankhula zambiri mkatimo komanso ngati kuli chinthu choopsa kwambiri ni mwalawo lero atangoti pano po Goliath adzuke simungamuze za mwala David anapa Goliath ni mwala sitifano atangoti adzidzimuke simungamuze za mwala adapita nawo mwala angakhala umolo mukudya kuti mukudya makhala pa tebulo chakudya chabwino chakudya chili bwino zedi kani mpunga wa nyama ya nkhuku kungopeza mwala umaulavula mpunga wonse koma pakakhala kuti pali nzathu ogwira ntchito ku mining umangova ayi olavula amangodzota ndatafuna lutayelo uyo osalavula forex yambiri yamisala ku maizi
tikambirane zinthu zakupya tikamachoka muno timve kuti tilikiya ina chifukwa tisaname nkhani yokhudza migodi ya miyala ku Malawi kuno ndi yambirimbiri koma miyala yathu mwine kupita mosalongosoka
pungu ako ifo tikambezona munenera apamo pali zinthu zina timatika zigwiritsira ntchito zimabwerera tikozo lima chimanga anthu kutibera tilima china chibwerera
mmene adziba monso china chikumasula
koma tinenezona mwala ukangobedwa kubwerera
wapita
mwala suphukira ndiye tikozo majedwa kukangana nkulimbana nkhani zokhudza migodi kwanzathu miyala lututa ili upitiratu
nzoona ndiye tiyakhala pansi nkumakambirana tione mavuto onse kodi tiuvuta migodi kwathu kuno ndi chani chifukwa zilipo zinthu zina zake zoti tifuna kuti apa pafuna pali mwala mtengo wapatali wina akamba zake toka
pamavuta pamene pali mwala pamakhaso zachilengedwe zina chifukwa amateka kuti tiyambe apa mgodi umva kuti nanga madziwa tiwata ndiye pamabwera nduna wina wildlife pali zachilengedwe nyama tikazifungira kuti ndiye pamabwera ena a vegetation awo tingonenera awa agriculture anthu athu azilima kuti ndiye tikatero pamene tikukangana ndi zimenezi ndiye kuti ukutere dziko lutsika ndiye president akuti no tiye tikhale pasi tione way forward
nkhani ndiye kuti tikambirane modekha
chabwinenu
tiuzane kuti palipo simene pamubwere chitukuko china chimasokonekera ngakhale kuti tiphike nsima tonsefe tifuna kuti tidye nsima koma pamene pali zina zimene zimaonongeka nkhuni
ndoti chilengedwe cha nkhuni chaonongeka
madzi
ndoti madziso nawo salowa pamene ngakhale ndalama zalowa
pamenepo
ndiye kuti pamene china tikuchitika kuti chiwombole miyo yathu pamakhalanso china chiliwonongeka
tiye tisaphikisane tikambirane modekha nkhani ndikuti titukule dziko la Malawi
project imene ikadamba mwachangu chifukwa iwika chiopsezo kwanza athu amene muli mmadanzi migodi ujangania golidero muli pa chiopsezo moti fulumine yambe okumbidwa nakasanthu akambirana kuti ayi padanzi pamakhala golide tsono ngati tichedwe ndenduluza moyo wanu
ayi ndime zimenezo ndi zabodza kani tukamba pano ndi apansi golide mwini nayo amachita okumba pansi
nakazokamba za wanthu
kaya
koma tionetsetse kuti zimene tikambirane kuno zipindulire dziko la Malawi
nkhani yofuna kutukula Malawi
chifukwa tikambezona nanga mgodi timakumba mmalere ngati
ayi
mgodi timenera kumba pati
pasi
pasi noti zili zonse zimene zichitika tionetsetse tukambirana kuti miyala iyi pokumbidwa zonse zikhale mchimake
cholinga kuti dziko la Malawi litukuke
kona muti sustainable mining zinthu zoyenda mwadongosolo lake
inde chuma chokhazikika kudzera ku migodi
ndiyete amapulitsa nyimbo yolimbikitsa migodi muona bwa
Nyimbo.
Nyimbo. Yolimbikitsa migodi.
Iyambe.
Eti migodi ndiyofunika kwa chitukuko cha dziko lino. Amalawi
tiyeni tilimbikitse migodi.
Nyimbo hii ya president ati kula taimba ntaita. Eti migodi
ndiyofunika pa chitukuko cha dziko lino.
Amalawi
tiyeni tilimbikitse
migodi. Aboma
tiyeni tilimbikitse
migodi nanga mafumu.
tiyeni tilimbikitse
migodi. Mabungwe
tiyeni tilimbikitse migodi.
Ife tose
tiyeni tilimbikitse migodi. Amen.
Thank you very much. Another big hand, ladies and gentlemen, for Chindibe and Pongo. IF 2024. Thank you very much. Right now, Your Excellency, I'm calling for a statement that is coming from Honorable Martin Gama Abuja, who is the Minister of Mining from Republic of South Sudan. Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
President of the Republic of Malawi, Her Excellency, Madam Monica Chikwera, the First Lady of the Republic of Malawi,